What's up, everyone? Welcome to cracka, comics, reviews, awesome movies, comedy, and anything else I think kicks ass. This is episode 22. A couple things. Came up with a new card, which is always a plus. But before I even get into that, like I said in a couple other episodes, that it's tough when you do your own show, originality and stuff like that. I thought it was kind of being original, coming up with a spoiler alert card. But apparently other people have it as well, so I'm not trying to steal your stuff. I just thought I came up with a good way of going low-tech in a sort of way. So that being said, I came up with a new card. Hopefully it's all mine. The end of spoiler alert card. Basically what that does is if I'm going to give away a spoiler on something, I'll throw up the spoiler alert card, obviously. And once all the spoilers are gone, I'll throw this up, so that you can fast forward to this particular spot if you don't want to hear a spoiler, and it saves some time, which is always plus. But the crumbs card, that's all me. That's mine. Yeah. Another new addition, which I'm gonna try to find a way to work him into the show, is I have a c.r.a.c.k.a mascot now. I call him the cheesehound. His name is Napoleon. He's the family pet. Then we adopted the lovely dog, and here's a couple photos of him, so you can see what the cheesehound looks like in action. He's a cute little demon dog, isn't he? Little bastard. But anyway, answer a quick question is, people asking, how come you don't always have an intro or credits or anything like that on some of the episodes? Time restraint, usually what it is. Like if I'm running really long on an episode, sometimes I'll just cut the intro, and a lot of times when I do the credits, like if I put stuff on there, it gets cut. Like YouTube will cut it, or if it's got music in it or whatever, which is a pain in the ass. But that's the reason why there isn't always credits or intro on some ones. Like I said, we're going to go into reviews. Back to that. Going for number one. Actually, one thing that I actually got a question on is, the last episode, I was showing you a good deal, and I'll show you a couple other good deals. But I was asked, it's not a great deal, $40 for the King of Queens for the entire series. It actually is. This is 9 seasons for $40. That's friggin' awesome. I mean, granted it is old, but that's still a pretty damn good deal. Moving into something, like I said, another kind of deal, and we'll get into a little bit of review of Puss in Boots here. It's not as funny as the Shrek movies, so if you're looking for it to be like that, it really isn't. I mean, it's got some funny stuff, but it's not like the Shrek. It doesn't have that oomph that the Shrek movies have. But something to look out for. Like I said, I'm all about the bargains. If you go to any store and you buy Puss in Boots, the regular DVD is like $14, $16, maybe even $19, give or take where you go. They also sell, as you can see on here, it comes with the 3 Diablos, which is like a bonus adventure thing with Puss in Boots and little kitties. But like I said, the funny thing is people also ask, like, why do you always buy Blu-ray, you buy regular DVD? I usually buy whatever's cheaper. I'm not a Blu-ray whore. I mean, I don't, everything I buy doesn't have to be Blu-ray. A lot of things I do buy Blu-ray that I just think look cool, like animated stuff I buy on Blu-ray because it does look nice, and obviously comic book stuff I buy on Blu-ray because that's just awesome. But back to Puss in Boots. Like I said, to look for stuff, like, what you want to look for with bargains. This particular one, this is the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital copy with the extra, the kitty episode. This was $20 in, I believe, where did I get this? I got this in Best Buy. It was $20. The cool thing is, if you look at this, Target sells the little kitty episode for $10 on its own, and the DVD for $20. This is a pretty good deal. For $20, I got the Blu-ray, the regular, and the episode. So it's like I'm saving some serious money right there. It wasn't a bad movie. I'm not going to bash it because it wasn't crap, but it's not as good as Shrek. I'm just going to leave it at that. So there's no spoilers in there, so I have to bring any card up. But what I was going to get into, like I said, what I was going to really get into with the with this episode was the Justice League. What? Dude, I'll feed you later. Go do whatever you do. Thank you. I'm in the middle of the show. I'll get to you later. Sorry about that. Anyway, lost my train of thought on that. Bastard's a little crazy. But anyway, getting into this lovely thing, Justice League, Doom. Before I get into that, I will throw up a spoiler alert because I'm going to show you the book. This is the c.r.a.c.k.a. Tower of Babel. This is pretty much what the DVD is based off of. The DVD almost runs pretty much the same way as the book. The book does have differences, like I said. In this, like I said, the spoilers are already up there, so you know it's coming. If you don't want to know, go to the end. In this, basically, it shows how much of a badass and a loner Batman truly is, and I guess how smart he is in a way, too. He comes up with contingency plans on how to take down the Justice League if the need arises. Like, for some reason, if Superman goes crazy, he's got a plan for it. You know, if Aquaman does something, he's got a plan for it. And, I mean, I love Batman. I love that thing. I mean, that's kind of messed up in a way that he would come up with something like that because he's supposed to trust them and he's supposed to trust them and stuff like that. But it also is a very, very smart move. Because, you know, if this was real life and these people did go, you know, nuts, and, you know, what are you gonna do? They're gonna take you down without even blinking. So at least Batman has, you know, he gives you a chance, like, you know. But the thing in the comic, his contingency plans, they weren't meant to kill anybody. They were just meant to either really slow you down so he can find a way to get around it, or incapacitate you for, you know, a certain length of time. In the comic, or in the book, Batman, like, I'll tell you some of the plans he does. Like, basically he combines nanites onto the Martian Manhunter to make him go up in flames, because obviously the Martian Manhunter, they don't like fire, and they're afraid of it, afraid to death of it, and so on and so forth. So he's basically running around on fire for the first, like, part of the book. And, you know, like I said, like, no one knows that Batman actually came up with it. In the book, it's Ra's al Ghul who steals Batman's plans from his computer. And, it's interesting how he gets in that. Like, 'cause I'm not going to go entirely into it because it'll take forever. But, anyway, moving on. The Flash and Aquaman are doing something in like the United Nations or something like that, and they expose. Well, first they freeze Plastic Man, like Sub-Zero, like canister thing, so he's like, you know, a block of ice, and as Aquaman's going to save him, they douse him with like a fear toxin and throw water in his face, basically, and so it makes him afraid of water. And if you read any of Aquaman, he needs water to survive. He's got to be around it hourly or drink it or whatever just to be alive. And they wind up smashing Plastic Man into like 1 billion pieces. So it's like, all right, that's 3 down. They also, they didn't hear, like Justice League didn't hear from certain members, so they, you know, obviously they get worried. And they go to the Green Lantern's apartment, and they find out when they enter that he's, it was Flash and Wonder Woman ago, they find out when they enter that he's blind. And he has no idea how he became blind. He woke up like that. Basically what happened is, this is, you know, like I said, genius stuff, is Batman's plan was to whisper into the Green Lantern while he was sleeping that he was blind, so that when he puts his ring on, the ring goes to his thoughts and makes things possible. So when he wears the ring, it would obviously make him blind. But the Green Lantern never wears his ring when he sleeps, because he says in the book that he's afraid his nightmares will, you know, activate the ring, and, you know, everything will go haywire. So apparently somebody slips the ring on him, and so on and so forth. And they break in with like pinpoint accuracy. They're finding where all the people are, the Justice League members, and they nail the Flash with a bullet. And as he gets hit, he instinctively vibrates so it pass through, but it doesn't pass through him. It attaches to his spine and puts him into an epileptic seizure. I'll get it. So he's basically having a seizure at light speed. He's just shaking on the ground. Wonder Woman, they shoot a thing at her which goes into her inner ear and latches on her brain, which puts her into a VR situation, a virtual reality, where she thinks she's fighting one opponent that just keeps coming and coming and coming. Uh, Basically, Batman figures that the only way to beat Wonder Woman is to make her like stroke out, like have a heart attack, which is an interesting way to go. Um, but like I said, Aquaman figures it out. Like he's like, oh, they're pinpointing us through our communicators. That's how they're finding us so easily. And you're saying like, where's Batman all this? Ra's al Ghul took care of that too. Basically, he takes Batman's parents out of the ground in their coffins, and makes it known to Batman that his parents are gone, and so he's so busy tracking down his parents, he's not thinking about anything other than that, which, rightfully so. Superman calls him up basically and says, this is what's going on, this is a little before they trigger the plans, but Batman just kind of turns it off and goes back to what he was doing. And as Superman tries to rescue Wonder Woman and the Flash, he suddenly gets sick. Like I said, the League of Shadow Assassins, whatever the hell they're called, they bring a version of kryptonite that Batman came up with, which is like a pink-looking thing, which basically soups up Superman. Like it turns his organs like kind of like transparent, so the sun goes right to him rather than being filtered through his skin. So it's insane. Like, so he's like really, really overpowered. Interesting stuff. And I'm gonna go into the DVD, like I said. But I'm gonna end the spoiler alert on the book. So that's the end of the thing, because, like I said, the episode's getting a little long. So I'm gonna break it up into parts. Part 2, I'm going to go over the DVD. So I'll see you in part 2.